this is Kevin, and welcome back to another anime review. And today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the 2021 movie Burn the Witch, which of course is an adaptation of the 2020 manga from Tite Kubo, the creator of Bleach himself. And I did a review of this back in October. I'll have it linked in the description down below if you haven't already seen it. Definitely recommend. And the movie, for the most part, is a pretty faithful adaptation. It is 61 minutes. Kind of funny when you put in the Blu-ray, it asks you if you want to watch it in movie mode or in episode mode. And they break it down into 3 episodes if you so choose, which is kind of interesting because the manga is 4 chapters. And there are things that are omitted, which makes me wonder, why not make the movie an hour and 20 minutes and not omit certain things that might be crucial to the plot, which I'll just get ahead of ourselves here. I would say before I even start, read the manga first. If you like the manga, then watch the movie. But overall, if you enjoy the manga, the movie's a definite watch. However, there's certain things that are left out that I feel like don't make a whole lot of sense if you don't already know the characters and know what the hell's going on, because you jump right into it. But anyway, let's get to my review. So it follows the 2 main heroines. We'll do this because it's a better image. Noelle Nihashi, who's the black-haired girl, and then Nini Spankle, who is the blonde-haired girl, and they are witches who operate in reverse London, keeping the peace from dark dragons. Now, there's a lot of parallels and connections to Bleach, and there is sort of confirmation at the end that, yes, this is set in the same universe as Bleach, except, this is in London, whereas Bleach is presumably in Japan, right? So, you got that going on. You have the great comparison of the 2 characters where you have Nini, who's almost a stuck-up little bitch, has a double life as an idol, and then Noelle, who's calm, cool, and collected, more analytical, and is a schoolgirl. And then we get the other character, Balgo Parks, who goes to school with Noelle, has a massive crush on her, and is always racing after her, which is why I question why they omitted this part in the beginning, because in the manga, what happens is Balgo is just running around sipping for Noelle, screaming how he wants to see her panties, which is one of the running gags here. And he's hanging out with this other dude, I forget his name already. But it turns out that this dude is a dragon, a dark dragon. And because he's been around Balgo for so long, he becomes dragon-clad. And then we also get the reveal that his dog is half dog, half dragon, Osushi. And then he gets invited to go to Reverse London and work with Windbine, who is the organization who, fights the dark dragons. And they're similar to Hollows in that people, normal people on the top side of London can't see them, but dark dragons come along every so often and wreak havoc, whereas most of the dragons are passive and don't cause any harm, and it's just, it's all good. So the movie starts with Balgo already being a dragon-clad, whereas in the manga, he's horsing around and then he turns into a dragon-clad. So that's like one of the nitpicks that I have is can we get like 10 minutes to show Balgo turning into dragon-clad? But anyway, overall, having already read the manga and watching the movie, I had a lot of fun. I always feel like going back, I prefer the manga because it's got the original source material, but many times after reading manga and then watching anime adaptations, I love the music, I love the visuals, I love the voice acting. And the voice acting was top-notch here. We had, get some of the names, Olivia Hack voiced Nini, Allegra Clark voiced Noelle, Griffin Burns voiced Balgo, Xander Movis voiced Chief, who has a great moment there. He's in charge of Windbine. Brianna Knickerbocker voiced Macy. Sean Chiplock voices Bruno Bangknife, who is, let's just say, the Grimjow this series. Kyle Haber voices Wolfgang, and a few others. So Kyle Haber, of course, Aizen from Bleach, and Gohan from Dragon Ball. So great voice cast, and definitely cool to hear some of the characters. And I was surprised of Sean Chiplock, just knowing some of his other roles, knowing that he's Shiki in Eden Zero, and Reen in Trails of Cold Steel, like how he can pull off a badass character, but he definitely did a great job, and he was definitely the standout as far as voice acting goes. So what happens is a dark dragon ends up causing trouble in Reverse London, and Nini and Noah have to save the town. And they use spells similar to Hado, or what do we call it, Kido in Bleach, like Hado number 33, Sokatsui, and they have like these almost like magic guns that they fire as they shout out their spells, and I always love that when anime characters call out their attacks. always so badass. Great background music, and you know, you got all that stuff going on. So I told you before that Nini was an idol, and her partner in the group, Macy, turns out that she has a dragon as well, named Ellie, who is kind of a scary-looking dragon, if I do say so myself. There's flashbacks showing Ellie as a cute dragon, but then as she grows up, turns into a more vicious creature, which eventually turns into this beast known as Cinderella. And that's the premise of the series here, is there's 7 dragons based on the fairy tale, Cinderella being one of them. And as Kubo, I'm sure, writes more story, because at the end of Volume 1, he said Volume 2 is coming at some point. So I would imagine after the Bleach anime wraps up, he'll get back to working, or he's probably already working on the side, who knows. And they'll fight more of the dragons. And at the behest of Wolfgang, Bruno has to go and take out Balga. They want him to be terminated, to be killed. And he's in the middle of doing that. He has a dragon himself called Rickenbacker that he summons and starts fighting Nini and Noelle. But then once Ellie transforms into Cinderella, they all team up and fight and save the day. And, you know, it's fun battles and stuff. And I enjoyed it. Definitely a recommend. Although the prerequisite for me to recommend it to other people, read the manga first. If you like the manga, then go watch the anime. This was put out by Viz, and, well, it's, I think, dubbed by Crunchyroll and then put out by Viz, or vice versa. But you can probably find it online. So let me show you some of the screenshots and get into that. I love the designs of the characters. Noelle was, oh, so cute, man. She's definitely a top tier waifu, that's for sure. But here's like the poster. I'll probably try and crop that, make that the thumbnail. This is when they were calling out their attacks on Cinderella. Them flying around. And they make like the funny face. We have Osushi, who's like the cute mascot character. And that's them like flying away. See in the background there, that's like some CGI shit. Like in the background as the dragons are causing destruction. There's shitty CGI, and I'm just not a fan of CGI, I'm sorry. But the character models all look nice. This is Bruno Bangknife, who obviously is the Grimmjow character. And he puts on a mask later, sort of like Grimmjow's hollow mask. Right, that's Rickenbacker, his dragon that he summons. That's his mask right there, and he teams up. And it's like a badass moment too, where because he's trying to fight Cinderella by himself, and then you know they team up with him. He asks them for help. That's Ellie, Macy's dragon, but then transforms into Cinderella. And actually, the one who makes I guess we'll get into some spoilers here, but the one who makes the killing blow as they're distracting the beast is Chief, and he's like a sniper all the way back at headquarters, and he gets the killing shot, and it's so bad. And he's got like his hand like a gun. He's like, he blows it out. It's so fucking badass. That's the round table they had. They had some other wacky days. This dude right here is Wolfgang. I couldn't really get a better screenshot, but we had Roy.B, Dipper, and all sorts of crazy names. And there's like the funny faces going on. I was dying during some of these. And yeah, Balgo is a total simp for Noelle. That's Nini, but you know she's smacking him nonetheless. Where he wants to get a look at her panties, and as it ends, we get a nice panty shot, which is pretty hilarious. So that's one of the dragons they fought earlier. They chopped the fucker's head off, and it was still chasing after him. And you see there's like eyeballs right there where its neck's supposed to be. And yeah, the cameo at the end. They're walking into headquarters and a sign's being repaired, and then at the very end they see the sign, and it's this Soul Society Western Branch, right, with a connection to fucking Bleach. So you gotta love that. Oh, and I forgot to mention this too. There was a funny quote early on where Nini is like sucking on a lollipop, and she goes, "Fairy tales are such bullshit." And when we get the reveal, like the lore dump about Cinderella, like, oh, Cinderella, like those bullshit fairy tales. So I thought that was pretty funny. And that's one of the frames, but shortly after you see like the panty shot at Noelle. So I love that. But yeah, another nitpick I had. So my nitpicks are, they omitted the one scene at the beginning that explains what the fuck Balgo's doing, how Osushi is a dragon, you know. It explains that. They could have added 15, 20 minutes, explained it. And also at the end, there's a scene when Noelle embraces Balgo. And in my opinion, it was better in the manga, which I'll show you the manga screenshot where she's hugging him, right? They didn't have this angle, and I was like, come on, can we get like some side boob? That's all a man wants. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the movie. Like I said, read the manga if you like the manga. then go watch the movie. But yeah, I like being a fan of the manga. I enjoyed the movie. However, if I were to recommend it, I would say read the manga first. If you like the manga, want more, watch the movie. There's just some plot holes in the beginning that I feel like would make sense diving right into it, especially with the language they use. Like they sort of expect you to know the jargon, which with the Blu-ray here, there's a little book which it's glued here, so I can't really rip it out to show you. And it gives you like character portraits of everybody, right? And who the voice actors are. So I think I said them all, right? Olivia Hack, Allegra Clark. Yeah, I said them all. Oh, here's the other names of the Horns. That's the organization. We have Sullivan Squire, Harry Shake, Trombone Tekenian, Bruno Bangknife, Roy.B. Dipper, and Wolfgang Schwarzschild. Like, what fucking names? And here's some more designs of the dragons. There's 2 dragons that Ninny and Noelle ride. These right here. Right? And explains the lore of the Dark Dragons. And then gives you some other language, like what Reverse London is, etc., etc. So, I enjoyed it. You know, it's the internet. You can probably find it online. So thanks, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.